Step into the vibe, oh yeah. Feel the rhythm rise high, we're living life. Let's fly, off tap life. Sky's the limit, no shy. Off tap life.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another reaction request. If this is your first time, please consider subscribing, join the family. Absolutely love to have you. Alright, so we're back with another reaction request. This one's from Jazzy J. What's up, Jazzy J? Hope you're having a great day. Jazzy J wants to hear Wing, Killing Me Softly, and this happens to be a special request on behalf of her son, Daniel. So shout out to you too, Daniel. Hope everything is good in your hood. And guys, we did a Wing one just about, 2-3 weeks ago. It was the first one we done of his, I should say, and absolutely incredible stuff. So I'm looking forward to seeing how this one plays out. So without further ado, from me, for Jazzy J, Daniel, and all of you, let's get off tap.
Let go of my hand. I'm begging you. Don't let me relapse. Can't take anymore. Deep in my pounding you. On this burger love. Honey boo, but filters my everything because of you. Tears fill my heart, baby.
All right, hey, let's appreciate just how talented this guy is. Can we take a moment to do that? Can we take a moment to do that? Because this is real talent. This is what talent looks like. And this is what happens when you allow yourself to just be you. Be true to who you are. Take your originality, take it to the next level, share it with the world. Don't be afraid to do it. You know what I mean? Like, this is really cool. Compared to the dopamine one that we did, I like this one. You can really hear, more of, his vocals even, him really just taking this and really creating an actual song that feels like a song, more a cappella-ish type of song. But still, the fact that he's using his own voice to create all the different sounds is absolutely awesome. And for you guys who don't know, if you're first time watching this and you watch my previous reaction, or you've never watched me in general, yeah, I've dabbled with the sounds from the mouth, because when I was a kid, this is how I got my start making my own music. I didn't know better. I didn't know how to make music, and I didn't have access to all this music equipment and all these different things. So my mouth became my freaking keyboard, drums, piano, it became everything, you know what I'm saying? And, it was really cool. That's how I learned how to make my own songs. That's how I started making my own songs. I was layering tracks with my mouth. So seeing this right here, it brings back these cool memories of how I got started making my own music, and seeing him do it at such a great level, and having so many people actually just following him and supporting the videos and everything. Man, I love that. I love to see that. So you guys, if you haven't yet, make sure you go over to his channel, give him a thumbs up, give him a subscribe, because he's legit awesome. And freaking, we got to support artists like this, because these are a dying breed, real true artists who are just able to just creatively express themselves fully, tap into their passion, and be able to share it with all of us right here on YouTube. It's priceless. It's beautiful. It's amazing. Let's let him keep cooking, and I'll be back. I'll let.
Don't say you love me.
All right, so I have to share this story with you guys because I wanted to share this in the last video when he did it, the dopamine one. And I even recorded a whole clip with this story, and I forgot to edit it and add it into the actual reaction. Like, I'm just like, how could I forget that? Like, it's just crazy because I had did the whole reaction, and I was like, ooh, this reminds me of a great story. I want to add it into the video, and then I didn't. So we're going to do that now before I get into anything else, before I forget. So anyways, it's funny. It's funny. So me and my friends, so, you know, I had a group of friends, and we all were into, you know, hip hop, rap, beatboxing, you know, freestyling. We used to just sit there and we'd all just drop bars, and we'd just be freestyling, and we'd just be like, and in the moment and stuff. And, you know, like, so when someone else is freestyling and stuff, you know, there's, you know, someone who's going to be, you know, a lot of us, actually it's more than one, but a lot of people, you know, we're working on the beat. We're making that magic happen. So, you know, you know, everyone's just getting into the thing, right? So we've got the beat getting worked on and stuff, you know, and one friend in particular, you know, he let's just say he really was getting that beat working. He like really just took beatboxing to another level. I mean, it sounded incredible, but he was just like, you know, and he was going mental, right? And he just like, you know, had his hands like this. He's going crazy, right? So he's just doing it. He's going mental. He's going nuts. He's like that. And I mean, it sounded great. It sounded great, right? But then after we finished, everyone's like, yeah, that's dope. Everyone's, you know, whoever was freestyling, dropping the bars, you know, everyone, you know, playing kudos, you know, showing love to each other and everything like that. And he'd be like, yo, yeah. And I was looking at his hand. He's like, yo, you know, like wanted to dab it up. Yo, what's up? Yo, it's fire. And I'm looking at his hand, and I'm remembering just how he was really getting into the beatboxing. I was like, yo, man, you did good. I'm like giving him a pat on the back. It's like, yo, what's up? Yo. I'm like, yo, man, I ain't touching your hand, dog. Dude, all I could think about is how much spit must be on his hands. I'm like, ain't no way that I'm touching your hands. It ain't just happening. I'm like, yo, you did great, you're good, but hey, I ain't going there. It's contamination times 150 million. So every time someone's beatboxing, I instantly think about that. Like, yeah, man, think about all that spit and the saliva. I mean, and especially my friend, he had big lips. And the big lips be working. It's like freaking one of those freaking, you know, not saliva challenged people who just had an abundance of saliva all the time. You know, dude drool in his sleep. You know what I'm saying? So he had the saliva, he had the lips, he had the desire and the will to really get into that beatbox. He was good at it. He was really good, you know, with big lips and all that other stuff probably helped. But yeah, maybe the extra saliva helped too, but it was just all in his hands afterwards. And I was like, yo, I ain't even down with that. So, you know, you did good, pat in the back, you know, but we ain't doing that. We're going to take your performance and we're going to applaud from afar. Anyways, I thought I'd share with the class. You know, sometimes you gotta share these stories. Good talk, yeah. So anyways, memories. This stuff brings back some memories. But yeah, you know, like I was saying, guys, you know, this guy, what he's doing is something that is just really the most, you could think of just the most innocent and just the most raw version of music that you can do is when you're just using this instrument that we've all been blessed with and using it to its fullest potential, man. Like, you know, like, hey, who knows, his story might be like mine. Maybe he didn't have the ability to get, instruments and keyboards and drums and all this other stuff. And maybe he freaking was like, man, I want to make a song, but all I got is this. Hey, you don't need a whole lot. Just use what you got. That's what you got to do. And hey, he's done a very good job at that. It takes a lot, Now, one of the cool things with technology, though, is, you can actually really, because a lot of things a lot of people don't know is like a lot of my songs, even the stuff, newer stuff, when I had the ability to have my instruments and keyboards and all this other studio equipment to help make things sound a certain way and create certain sounds, that I did sometimes, a lot of times, on a lot of songs, still sneak a few sound effects from my mouth in the background, as a track, just underneath it somewhere, So there's a lot of times I still use that, other than just, singing and rapping and all that kind of stuff. So I really think that, when you are able to take just, the most, simplest of things with your mouth and just take this and make it into a complex music making freaking multi-sound, millions of sound machine, like that is awesome, right? Like that is so awesome. That is so cool. And so, you gotta show him some love. You gotta show him the respect he deserves. And the vocals on top, just nice, chilled kind of vocals, nothing freaking over the top. Look at me, I'm Mariah Carey, he's just freaking doing his thing and just chilled and coming with it with the nice, his own sounds, his own original song that he probably wrote the whole song, man. And I love that. Again, it just brings back memories from how I was a kid making music, my own music, just like this. I was making songs like this. I don't know if you guys understand this, but I was doing this. I was 8. I was 7. I was 8. I was 9, dude. I was 10. I was a kid. I figured it out. I didn't have anything, but I had this. I had a song in my heart so many times. I'd be having, just these songs, these ideas, these thoughts, these melodies, these freaking lyrics and all this stuff. And then suddenly, next thing you know, I'm like, oh man, I want to make this to a song. And then you're like, how do I do that? Right? I'm 8. How am I going to turn this into a song? You know what I mean? That kind of thing. And one of the coolest things for me, though, that I did have was, I had kind of been blessed with a piano. My parents got me a piano. My mom had an organ. My mom used to play the organ. My dad played the guitar and he played a little bit. Like my dad was more like the guitar. My mom was the piano and the organ kind of thing. Both of them could sing. Both of them had like, vocal ability to freaking do the thing. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know in a gospel church. If you don't know, you better ask somebody. Go to a gospel church and see how they singing up in a gospel church. You want to know where some of the greatest singers that exist are? Go to a good gospel service one day and you will find out for yourself where the good singers are. So anyways, but yeah, look, and then, I got that musical gene, I guess from my parents actually when I think about it, but, I've drums, piano, voice, all kinds of things, singing, rapping, and things I love to do creatively. And, this right here, when you're thinking of song composition, you're thinking about I've got a song, I've got a way that I want to express this, but how do I make the sounds? How do I get the sounds to sound exactly how I want them? Well, here you go. Try this out for size right here. See how you go up your own mouth. Because that's how I do it, man. Even to this day, man, I pick up my phone if I have an idea or anything, and I'll just freaking push that record button, and I'll be like, like, you know what I mean? It's just one of those things. But I am going to do it, guys. I'm going to make a full song. I've decided I'm going to do it. I talked about it last time. I'm going to make a full song like my OG times, old school times, and I'm going to freaking use only my mouth. I'm going to make a song for it. I'm going to make a video for it. I'm going to freaking make it available and released all around the world for everybody to enjoy, and I'm going to do it. And I might even do it live. I might even dude, I might even freaking make it live so you all can see the process. Because we ain't playing around. Now, y'all might find that interesting. Maybe we can even do a thing where I do it like maybe, become a regular thing until we have a whole album done like that. Yeah, that's right. I'm thinking about it. Anyways, but guys, I love and appreciate all you guys. And, I really thank you for these great reaction requests that you guys do, because I would have never found this dude. I wouldn't have. There's just so much good stuff out there. I wouldn't have found this guy freaking spitting in his hand. Y'all make that story. That's the craziest stuff, man. Some memories, we don't need to relive those ones. Like, the friend spitting in the hand. Oh, Lord have mercy. Anyways, guys, thank you so much. We have members who've been members for freaking years now. We've got freaking just OGs, we got new Gs, we got in the between Gs. So whether you're new or old, thank you so much for the support. There is a subscribe button. You can click it if you want to, which I'm not going to force you to do because, I couldn't if I wanted to, but I would just like to kind of gently push you in that direction of pushing that button, if you don't mind, because apparently, allegedly, it helps with the algorithm. Nobody knows how. It just works. It just builds the wall that keeps everything in check. You cannot cross the wall. So we don't know, but apparently, allegedly, it works. So might as well give it a shot. It's free anyways. Go ahead, do it now. I can wait. You do it yet? What about now? Can you push it? I'm still waiting. Alright. So anyways, and you give me a thumbs up and all that if you want to. Alright. Anyways, thank you guys so much. I love you. I appreciate you. As always, remember to one of the fullest. Keep it off tap. Off tap out.
We gotta get out of here! I'll catch you guys later for another vlog!